Welcome all to the only gap trading video you'll ever need to see. In this video, I'm going to be explaining the strategy that I use every single day to make a living. We're going to be going through this trade right over here where I made $12,000. I'm going to explain how to do this, how I do this almost every single day, and I make a living. So let's get straight to it. So first, let's go over my broker statements. We've done this so many times before. The first one is from 2023. I turned 13K into 480K. The next one is from 2024. I turned 480K into 1.2 million. Now it's 2025. Obviously, it's up a little bit. So now let's talk about the things that you should actually do. When I first started trading, I was just doing random shit. I would just find the stock on the internet that I thought was going to go up, or that somebody else said that was going to go up, or that somebody in a video was like, hey guys, I believe in 6 months, this stock's going to go up double. And I would just buy it because I had no idea what I was doing. I thought that the best way to do it was to just look at the experts, whatever stock they said to buy that, and you make a bunch of money. And that's how I lost a lot of money because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing random stuff. I had no strategy. I definitely didn't know what risk management was. I had no sense of support or any of this stuff. I was just doing the most random stuff, and I just continued losing money. And then I realized, okay, this can't continue going on. We need to have some structure in this. We need to have a strategy that works. We need to have consistency. We need to have risk management, and we need to track our trades. And when I made that change, I started becoming profitable. The first thing you need, and you can ask anybody this and they'll say the same thing. The first thing you need to be successful in trading is you need a good strategy. If you trade a bad strategy, you're never going to be profitable. You're just never going to do it. It's like saying to somebody, hey, listen, I'm going to take $1 away from you every single day. Will you get rich? Well, obviously not. You're going to get poorer over time. You can never save yourself if you have a bad strategy. You're only going to dig yourself in a bigger and bigger and bigger hole. What you need is a good strategy. Now, with a good strategy, even if you're not the best at it, like you're not the fastest or you're not the most consistent, if it's a good strategy, it will work. Like over a long enough time period, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but over a week, over a month for sure, over a year guaranteed, it will make you money because that is what a good strategy is. So the first thing you need to do, and this is for the people who have stagnant accounts, who are really been trying to grow their accounts. Maybe they've been taking trades and they lose some money, and the next day they make some money, and it's just really unstable. And you really want to make trading work. You want to quit your job, or you want to quit whatever you're doing right now, and you want to take trading full time, but you can't because your account just isn't growing. You're confused what to do. The number one thing you should do is you need to find a strategy that works. And I'm going to share the strategy that's worked for me. And another thing I just want to say, by the way, is don't listen to the people who like to overcomplicate everything. Like, I'm a very simplistic, minimalistic person. Like my table in front of me right now, it's just I see my mic, I see my keyboard, I see my monitors, and I see my mouse. That's literally it. That's all I see in front of me. My desk is clean, my room is clean, everything is clean because I just try to be as minimalist as possible. That's what I believe works. I think simplicity works. And nowadays people like to overcomplicate everything. And a part of the reason people like to overcomplicate it is because they want to sound smart, right? People just really want to sound smart. They don't know what they're saying. They don't have a clue what they're saying, but they like to sound smart. They like to use big words, ICT, fair value gap, bank inverse split. It's like, what are you talking about? And most of the time, if you ask the same people, what are you talking about? They'll be like, I don't know. Stop overcomplicating everything. The stuff that I do, the stuff that we do in the community, it's super simple. It's like, and that's what makes it work because it's so goddamn simple. So you have to keep everything simple. Don't listen to these people that talk about you need to buy this textbook, you need to buy this book, I need to study for 6 months before you trade. What are you doing? Why are you wasting 6 months of your time? You could just take $100. Practice with those $100 for 6 months, and you will learn way more than the guy who all he did for those 6 months was just read a textbook. You learn way more by doing than by reading or by watching a video or whatever. You learn way more by doing. So what I'm trying to say is don't listen to these weirdos who say you need to read for 6 months, you need to learn this complex thing, and you need to know the definition of this. No, you don't. You really don't. If you just do simple stuff that works, that's been proven to work, you're going to outperform the same people that tell you to read all these stupid books. I'm telling you right now. I guarantee it. So there's 3 main things that I want to talk about, right? The first thing I want to talk about right over here is volatility. We need to trade stocks that are volatile. This is the whole point of my strategy. I only trade stocks that are volatile. If you have a stock, right, that's just going sideways like this, you can't make money. You literally just can't make money. Someone's comment's gonna be like, oh, well, actually, if you look at the DAX split of the... Bruv, what are you talking about? You can't make money if the price is going sideways. You literally can't. You want to trade volatile stocks because even though they're going up and down and sideways, you can make money. You can buy over here, sell over here. You can short this, sell over here. You can buy over here. It's like there's money to be made. You can do stuff, right? With this, you can't do anything. The first most important thing is you need to find stocks that are volatile and only trade stocks that are volatile, because that's where the money is made. The second thing I want to talk about is you need to buy them at a fair price. And at a fair price, we can use another word for it. We can call it support, right? So if you have a stock over here, and let's say this is what the stock price is like. We don't want to buy here all-time highs. That's not what we want to buy. We want to wait for the price to come down to a level where it found support before, and that's when we want to buy. So when the price goes down, 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 as soon as it goes to a price where it found support before, and we can confirm that this is a good point, that's when you buy. And that's when it goes up, and that's when we sell. We don't want to be buying over here, or as it's going up, or when it's going down. We want to buy for a specific reason when it's at support. This is super important. And the last thing I want to talk about is risk. Everyone talks about risk management. No one really knows what it is. You want to be losing way less than you're gaining, right? So if you're gaining like $1,000 for a trade, you guys don't want to be losing $1,000 for your exit. You don't want to be doing that. So now let's get into some of the specifics. So before that, guys, quick heads up. I have my free trading bundle. It includes a free course. It has ebooks, it has a trade tracker, Notion template. There's a gift inside, and there's so much more. Click the first thing in the description, go check it out. It's completely free. It's pretty beneficial. Go check that out. So now let's break down the strategy into simple steps. I don't want to overcomplicate it. Like I said, I don't want to use any fancy terms or any of this stuff. Let's break it down into simple 4 steps. The first thing we're going to do, like I mentioned, is we're going to find volatile stocks. We're only going to be trading volatile stocks every day. We're not going to be trading stocks like Apple or Nvidia because they really are not that volatile. They go up 1 or 2% a day. We're not going to make money. We need to find stocks that go up 10, 50, 20, 100, 200% a day, because if there's a massive move like this, all we need is a tiny percent. And that's it. We've made our money for the day. So we need to find volatile stocks. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is we need to choose one of them. Once we have a list of like 10, 12, 50, whatever volatile stocks, we need to say, you know what? I don't like this one. You know, this one I don't like either. This one, no. This one, no. You know what? This one, I really like this one. I'm going to be trading this one. So we need to choose one of them. I'm going to tell you how. The next thing we do is we buy. Remember the support thing I was talking about where the stocks like this, we're only going to buy once it hits support. We're going to buy over there, sell over there, boom. And like last thing, is just sell. Simple. So let's go through the 4 steps of detail. The first thing to do is to scan. So get a stock screener, get a stock scanner, whatever you call it, and search up the stocks that are gapping up the most in the market. If you have something that looks like this, perfect. Don't overcomplicate it. I have all the tickers on the left. I have all the names of the company, the tickers, and I have the gap percentage. Now, I found through the experience of trading the strategy for like years is that the best stocks to be trading are the ones that are going to be gapping up more than 20%. If a stock's gapping up 5%, it's not going to do anything. It's not significant enough for it to make a move. And a lot of people are not going to be trading it. You don't want that. If a stock's gapping up 260%, you bet your butt everybody's going to be trading it. There's going to be a lot of volume, and as a result, it's going to be extremely volatile. So you want to be trading stocks that are above 20%, not 5%, 2%, 3%. None of that makes any sense. Above 20%, that's the goal. Step number 2 is you want to watch list. So what you want to do is you want to click through every one of these gappers on the gap scatter, and you want to look at the pre-market chart and you want to analyze it. You want to say, okay, which one to me looks like it has the most potential? That's the first thing. And which one to me looks like it has the best support level? So over here, we can see today, this is the trade that I took. You can see that right over here at like 8, whatever it was, I don't know, 8:25 a.m., whenever, breaking news came out. And instantly the stock went up, right? Stock went up, sold a little bit, it went up again, sold a little bit, and it slowly made its way up. We can see right over here, it found resistance, right? Resistance over here, it got sold down. Resistance over here, it got sold down. It couldn't even make it past this level. It got sold down. Resistance over here, it got sold down. Then it broke past the resistance on high volume, and aggressively it broke past it. Then it started going down, 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 down. And as soon as it went to the previous resistance level, it got bought back up. It started reversing, started going back up. So this to me, I would label as a support level. The idea now is whenever the stock opens, you want to wait for it to come down over here, buy over here, it goes up, sell. That's the whole idea, right? Simple. Step number 3 is to buy. So once this is the same stock, it has the same support level, everything. All I want to do is I want to wait for the stock to open, and I want to buy when it hits the support level and confirms. So in the first candle, I really should have entered on the first candle, but I didn't. I was not fast enough. So I had to wait for the second candle. Second candle went down. We could see a lot of volume was coming in. People were buying the dip aggressively, and that's exactly when I bought over here. And the last step number 4, is obviously to sell. So I bought over here. I waited for it to go up, and as it went above VWAP, that's exactly when I sold, made 12K off of this. This is the strategy that I implement every single day. I don't make money every single day with the strategy, but every single week I get a good trade in or two, and it makes me a lot of money. This is the strategy that I do for a living. I've been doing it for the past couple of years, It's actually amazing. So now let's go over a real example from where I made $12,000. I'll explain it minute by minute. All right, so here we can see a stock, right? RSLS, Reshape Life Sciences, whatever the name of the stock. It doesn't matter to me. You can see 8:25 a.m., right? If we go over here, the stock shoots up. There's breaking news, the stock goes up, right? But immediately we can see that there's a bunch of resistance. So the stock is trying its best to make it above this 290 level, but it just can't. There's a big seller, there's a lot of resistance over there. It's just not going above it. So then we wait and see what happens, right? Then it tries going again and it just gives up. But then there's a big move back up, right? It starts going back up, it finds resistance again. So this is very clearly a big resistance point. Anytime the price tries going above this point, a bunch of sellers step in and just starts going back down. Let's see what happens. It starts going back up, goes back down. Starts going back up. And you can see, again, there's so much resistance. Anytime it hits this $3 level, everybody just spams the sell button, right? Let's see what happens, right? Goes down, tries going up again. Again, it keeps finding resistance, right? But it's really trying. There's a lot of buyers now. Sellers are slowly drying up, and then eventually it goes up. So it makes a big move. It keeps going up, and then it finds resistance now at this 350 level, let's say, right? So that would be our resistance point. So before, this was a resistance point, but now it's broken through it. And now this is the new resistance point, right? You see how this works? So now let's see what happens. It goes all the way down to the previous resistance point, and you see that it bounces back up. So now the point which was resistance, where a lot of sellers stepped in, now a lot of buyers are buying it at that same point, right? Super simple. Then let's see what happens again. It goes back up, finds resistance, it goes back down. Then it lands on the same level again. And again, you can see buyers are stepping in. Before, resistance, it was resistance. Every time it would hit this price, sellers would step in and push the price down. Now what's happening is buyers are stepping in and they're pushing the price back up. So this level, this 290-ish level, is clearly a very strong support point, right? So let's see what happens. It tries going back down again, but as soon as it gets close to that, buyers step in, push the price back up, right? Let's see what happens again. And then as we get close to market open, you can see that buyers are stepping in. As soon as the price goes down over here, you can see buyers step in. So all we need to do now is we've confirmed that this is a support level. We need to wait for market to open. We need to wait for the price to get near the support level, and we want to confirm that it is indeed a support level. We don't want to enter as soon as it touches the level. We want to confirm it with volume. So let's see what happens. So the first minute, you can see it's an amazing, amazing candle for us. You can see market opens, it quickly dumps, but you can see again, because it dumps, it gets bought back up. Because again, this level for buyers is amazing. As soon as buyers see the level this low, they start spamming the buy button and the price, boom, goes back up. Perfect. I should have entered there. I didn't end up entering there because I was just not quick enough. But then it went down. The next candle started going down. So anyway, then I saw buyers buying it back up, and that's exactly when I entered. Then I waited a few minutes, nothing really happened, and then boom, it shot upwards. And my main area of focus right here was VWAP. This yellow line over here is what we call VWAP. This for me is an amazing selling period because there's a lot of resistance. So as soon as I saw it hit VWAP, I was like, you know what, let's let it play out for a few minutes. Let's see what it does. It went above, and that's when I decided to sell. I made a quick 9% and made 12 grand. This is the strategy that I do every single day, every single week. This is a strategy that I've been doing for 2 years. It's amazing. And if you guys want to see like the entire trade review, you can see it in the Draco in the community. Every single trade that I make is always in the community. And these are just some of the wins we have from the community. People use this strategy every single day. We get wins like this all the time. It's an amazing, amazing strategy. When you join the community, you get access to the Discord, and inside the Discord, we have a daily watch list, trade reviews, full course, access to me, and there's so much more inside for you to explore. You also have access to all of my trade reviews. There's 100 plus in there. You have some live reviews, you have month reviews. There's so much in there. It's very beneficial. So if you guys do want to join the community, email me at this email right over here, and I'll try and get you a spot inside. I am going to be closing the group pretty soon to just focus on the members inside. So if you do want to get in, email me at that email. If you guys want to watch a video where I explain the trading setup that pays me every single week, click the video that just popped up on the top left. It's a pretty good video. It explains the strategy. It's really good. As always, guys, always like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. It helps me out. And obviously, guys, don't forget to get the free trading bundle. It's the first link in the description. Thank you guys for watching this. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.